Hey guys, welcome back to Inside Tennis Tour Stroke Series. My name is Rick Oldroyd. I'm president and founder of Inside Tennis. And today we're going to talk a little bit more about the backhand, the one-hand backhand specifically. And I did a video not too long ago on the backhand where we talked about the importance of swinging out through the ball and out to your target. And too often you hear it taught, and I think there's some misinformation and misconceptions around this out there that you want to like literally come into the ball and just lift right up the back of the ball, almost in a vertical swing like this. Clearly, if you watch the pros, this just simply does not happen. These guys actually hit out through the ball. And yes, if they're trying to hit more topspin, they might use a little more rotation on the wrist. But often it's taught that I want to rotate right at contact like this. You hear people talk about wrist rotation right at contact. If you watch the best players in the world, you're going to see very, very clearly when they come into that ball, they come in and they rotate the best one-handers they get to here. And if you watch that racket at contact, you're going to see it goes right out to their target, right out to their target. So they're coming in like this and they're going to make contact, and it's a good extension right out to their target, and then they finish up here with a little flip. And too often people think that happened right here, that they flipped like this. But if you look carefully, you're going to see that simply is not the case. Especially if you look at Federer or Wawrinka, some of the best one-handers, two of the best one-handers ever, possibly the best one-hander ever in Wawrinka. I'd put Federer right there as well. But what we want to talk about today is another element of both of their backhands that is so critically important, but it's not talked about very often. If someone hasn't mentioned it to you, you probably won't see it. But it is a very critical element to a solid one-hander. It's a small thing, but it makes a huge impact. And so what it is the use. We're going to talk today about the use of the left hand on the one-handed backhand. Now on the grip, I advocate beyond continental, you're basically going to have your index knuckle up on the top of the racket on bevel number 1. And the pad of the hand just past bevel number 1 here. So it looks like this from the front. Not necessarily advocating having the fist like this. I kind of like to spread it out just a little bit like that, but it is a pretty strong grip. And that's kind of what I advocate on the one-hander. Now, one other thing that I think is important to mention here. When the ball is coming off the ground, if you watch the best one-handers, they do not take the racket back like this and wait for the ball to come off the ground and then try to swing, from here. If you watch Federer, if you watch Wawrinka, what they're going to do is they're going to do a unit turn first, a small unit turn first, and then they'll move to the ball. And then as the ball is coming off the ground, they're going to take it back farther as they step in, and then they're going to bring it down, and then they're going to rotate back to contact. So what I want to talk today is the importance of this left hand. I'm going to have the left hand on the throat of the racket right here. And what I see at the recreational levels and the club levels, even at the college level, players specifically, let go of the left hand far too early. If you watch the best players in the world, you're going to see that they hold on to this left hand all the way down to here. So let me show you what I mean. So from right here, I've got my unit turn. I'm going to time the ball coming off the ground. As I'm stepping in, obviously, I'm going to be rotating and bringing my racket down. And I want to keep my left hand on that racket clear down to here. Notice how far down here I am. I'm all the way down before the swing to contact, and I've got my left hand still on that racket, okay? So from here, what I want to do is I'm going to let go. Finally, I'm going to let go right there, and I'm going to come back. I'm rotating back to contact, as you can see, and then good extension out through the ball, and a nice finish up here at the top, okay? The key thing, and the reason why this is important, is because it stabilizes your racket. So as you're taking that racket back, you're stabilizing it with that left hand, and you've got that good shoulder turn, but clear down to here, I still have a hold of my left hand on that racket. Right there is where I let go. And then I'm gonna swing back to contact, and good extension out through the ball, out to my target, okay? So it's gonna look something like this in regular motion. Ball's coming off the ground, I've got good hip and shoulder rotation, timing, boom, and I'm gonna let go right there, okay? So same thing, unit turn. Notice I'm just taking that racket back slightly, turning my shoulders, starting the turn as I move out to the ball, and I'm gonna step in. That's when I'm gonna take the racket back farther so I can time it coming off the ground, and I obviously want that to be a smooth transition. So here, so I'm timing it right there. I'm gonna let go of my left hand right there, and then bang, I'm right here to contact. Good extension out through the ball. So one more time, looks like this, here, bam, okay? Here, try that next time you guys are out there on the court. It's gonna help you stabilize the racket. That left hand will help stabilize the racket before the swing to contact. It's gonna allow you to be a lot more consistent, because there's not much that can go wrong if you get that racket in that right place, and then you can uncoil the body and release the racket out through contact, good extension out to your target. Hopefully that's going to be helpful for you guys the next time you're out there. Give that a try. If you like the video, click the link below and subscribe to the channel, Insight Tennis. Also visit the website at insighttennis.com, and we have just finished a series on the forehand. The forehand mastery training course, and I'm going to go ahead and give you the link at the bottom if you want to go ahead and check that out. But we're also going to be doing one on the backhand, specifically the one-hand backhand first and then the two-hand backhand. So be watching for that. If you want to know launch dates and want to participate in that promotion, feel free to email me at rick@insighttennis.com. and I'll be happy to let you know when that launch date will be, so you can take advantage of the promotion we'll have with that. Again, guys, hopefully this is going to be helpful for you. Leave any comments or questions, click the notifications button below, check out the website at insighttennis.com, and as always, thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you guys next time out on the court.